Today I'm going to show you guys 6 exercises that you can use to blow up your bench press or back squat. These movements will not only help you grow stronger muscles, but they will also force neurological adaptations to occur. More specifically, with these lifts, we'll be attacking the transition from the eccentric portion of the lift to the concentric portion, also known as the amortization phase. Learning how to utilize stored elastic energy and the stretch shortening cycle to blow up our lifts. Getting into the movements, the first tool that we can use is pause repetitions. Pause reps force us to be more explosive off the chest or out of the hole. If you take 4 to 5 weeks and switch to pausing before switching back to regular variations, you will notice heavier weights moving much faster out of the bottom of these lifts. Now, if we have access to specialty bars, we can make this exercise even more effective for the bench press. If we take a fat bar, for example, we're going to have to open up the palm of our hand more on the grip, forcing our shoulders to recruit more high threshold motor units to drive the weight off the chest and stabilize the bar. You will feel like you can send that regular bar through the ceiling after using a fat bar for a block. Next, we can also use the cambered bar to help us in a few ways. First off, it will force us to be even more explosive off the chest as we are in a deeper stretch. This also makes the lift more hypertrophic, allowing us to build a ton of tension in that deep stretch. Now, the next lift that we can use is the fast bench, where you're going to take about 70% of your 1 rep max and hit it for sets of 5, trying to increase your speed instead of weight. This focuses on training the nervous system to quickly and efficiently use your muscles rather than training them to get larger and stronger. We can also use the fat bar for this to again force more high threshold motor unit recruitment. Now, similar to the fast bench, we have the unbroken back squat. With this movement, you will find weight that you can hit for 5 reps while keeping relatively the same speed throughout the set. Utilizing the fast bench as well as the unbroken back squat not only forces the neurological adaptations we've been talking about, but also allows our joints and connective tissue to recover for the next heavy lifting session, as we need to use lighter loads to get the speed we're looking for on these lifts. The combination of enhanced recovery as well as a well-trained central nervous system is a win-win and will most likely yield great results for individuals who have not trained like this before. Next up, we have a lower body strength lift and an upper body movement that can be used in either the strength or accessory slots, and that is the double bounce back squat / dumbbell bench press. This movement helps those who get stuck in the hole or with the bar on the chest. What this lift does is train the stretch shortening cycle at the bottom of the lift to help you become more elastic and explosive. You could also consider putting fat grips on the dumbbells for the bench press during this block. Now, before we move on to the final 2 and potentially most important movements, let's recap how these strength lifts help us through that amortization phase. First, the pause reps remove any elastic energy we may have stored in our tendons. This forces us to generate all of the energy ourselves by quickly recruiting motor units. The fast / unbroken and double bounce reps both train our central nervous systems to utilize the stored elastic energy. While the fast reps force us to use the energy rapidly and explode out of the bottom of these lifts, the double bounce reps really exaggerate the stretch shortening cycle, allowing us to neurologically adapt to using it with greater loads than we would otherwise be able to use with the unbroken reps. Next, we're going to get into a tricep accessory to help the lockout of the bench, and that is the decline close neutral grip bench press. I like to do these at a decline because it takes the shoulders out of the movement more compared to flat, and with that neutral grip, I can really focus on just extending my elbows. This movement is pretty much a dip that makes it easier to isolate the triceps. Finally, we're going to go over some upper and lower body plyometrics, specifically the plyo push-up and the simple box jump. These movements also just train your central nervous system to fire your muscles faster. You can program these as an accessory or utilize contrast training where you do a set of bench press or back squats, rest a minute or 2, and then hit your plyo push-ups or box jumps for sets of 3 to 5. And just like that, you now have 6 more tools that you can use to blow up your bench press and back squat. If you want to know how to program these tools within training blocks so that you never plateau again, check out this video next.